Have you ever felt like life is a game where the rules are unfair and only the strongest survive? That's exactly why Squid Game became one of the most talked about dramas worldwide. Beyond the shocking games and intense suspense, Squid Game is actually a mirror of our own daily lives. In this video, let's uncover the deeper message behind Squid Game, and how it connects to the struggles we face every single day. When Squid Game was released, millions around the world couldn't stop watching. Why? Because it didn't just show deadly games, it showed real human emotions. Fear, greed, betrayal, trust, and survival. Every character represented a part of us. The man drowning in debt who just wants another chance. The woman trying to escape poverty and build a better future. The old man craving attention, respect, and a reason to keep living. These aren't just fictional roles. They reflect real problems people face in today's society. That's why the show connected so deeply. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a reflection of real pain. In Squid Game, hundreds of players risk their lives for a chance at winning money. It looks extreme on screen, but when you think about it, isn't life also a risky game in its own way? Some people work multiple jobs just to pay rent and feed their families. Some sacrifice health and happiness just to keep up with society's demands. Others compromise relationships and even their values just to get ahead. The message is clear. Society often pushes people into situations where survival feels like a game of life and death. Squid Game exaggerates it for drama, but the foundation is very real. One of the strongest themes of Squid Game is human nature. Let's talk about it. First, greed. Many characters entered the game because they wanted money, but greed isn't just about survival. It also made people betray their morals and hurt others. Doesn't that happen in real life too? People cheat, lie, and even destroy relationships all because of greed. Second, trust and betrayal. The marble game is the perfect example. It showed us how quickly friendships and alliances can collapse when survival is on the line. In real life, betrayal happens in business, friendships, and even families when people put their own interests first. And third, hope versus despair. Gi-hun, the main character, kept going not only for himself but for his daughter and the hope of a better future. That's what hope does. It gives us a reason to keep moving, even when life feels impossible. Another reason Squid Game hit so hard is because it reflects the world's growing gap between rich and poor. The players represent ordinary people crushed by debt. They're desperate, vulnerable, and willing to risk it all for a chance at freedom. The VIPs, on the other hand, represent the wealthy elite who watch suffering as entertainment. It's dark, but isn't it similar to our world? While some people struggle daily to afford basic necessities, others waste money on luxuries, power games, and entertainment. Squid Game exposes this imbalance. It shows how the system is unfair, and those at the bottom always pay the highest price. Now let's bring this message closer to our own lives. Squid Game may look extreme, but the truth is we all play games every day. Think about the pressure to compete. Whether it's exams at school, targets at work, or businesses fighting for survival, life constantly feels like a competition. Then there are moral choices. Just like the players, we are often forced to choose between doing what's right and doing what's easy. And finally, chasing happiness. Squid Game reminds us that money alone can't give us peace or fulfillment. Many characters fought desperately for the prize money, but even the winner realized that money without love, trust, or humanity is meaningless. One of the most powerful elements of Squid Game is how it questions our values. For example, Sang-woo, the successful businessman, was expected to be the smart and reliable one, yet his desperation led him to betray even his closest friend. This shows us how society often judges people by their achievements but hides their inner struggles. On the other hand, Gi-hun, who looked like a failure at first, proved to have more humanity than anyone else. Doesn't that remind us not to judge people too quickly? Sometimes the ones who seem lost actually carry the greatest compassion. Even the childhood games themselves carry meaning. Red light, green light teaches us how quickly life can change in an instant. The tug of war represents teamwork and the strength of unity. The glass bridge shows how luck and chance play a bigger role in life than we'd like to admit. These games look simple, but each one symbolizes real struggles we face daily. In the end, Squid Game isn't just about deadly competitions. It's about life itself. We may not be fighting for survival in a literal arena, but we're all playing games in different ways. The game of career, the game of relationships, the game of society's expectations. And just like in Squid Game, not everyone plays fair, not everyone wins, and not everyone makes it to the end. But here's the most important takeaway. Squid Game leaves us with a question. Are we living just to survive, or are we living with purpose? The show suggests that true victory isn't about money, fame, or power. It's about keeping your humanity intact in a world that constantly tries to strip it away. So what do you think? Does Squid Game remind you of your own struggles? Can you see the games being played around you every day in real life? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this breakdown meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more commentary on dramas that reflect our real lives.